The easiest way to predict current and when you should fish is to just look at the tide. If you're fishing a landlocked lake or pond, you're probably just gonna be looking at the wind. But if you're fishing in the ocean or bay, tide is everything. On a typical day, this is what your tide will look like. You have a low, a high, a low, and a high. And basically all that means is the water sucks out to the opposite side of the world over here, and the water flows in to your side of the world over here, and then it does the same thing. And it usually does that about twice a day. Bottom low tide is when fish are gonna be least comfortable, especially in shallow water, because there's no water movement, the water's really low, and they don't have as much structure to hide in. The second worst time to fish is peak high. That's just because there's no water movement, AKA no current. Your two best windows to fish, incoming tide, outgoing tide. This is when the water's flooding into the bays, and this is when the water's sucking out of the bays. In this scenario, these are gonna be your two most likely times to get bit. Here and here is still possible, but way less likely. Fish are way less comfortable, and you're gonna have to slow your presentation way down. Here is where water's moving the most and the life of the party is happening. Okay, for argument's sake, we're gonna say this is the coastline and this is an island. On an outgoing tide, all the water is gonna pull away from the shore, and on an incoming tide, all the water is gonna flood into the shore, into the harbors and bays. Hypothetically, let's say we're gonna go and fish this island here. If you look at the time you're going fishing and it happens to be when the tide's pulling out, that means water is gonna be rushing towards the island like this. And it's gonna hit the island and it's gonna go around the island like this. So when you're looking for current, you can expect it to be coming towards the island and then coming off of it like this. And it differs depending on the contour of the specific island you're fishing, but generally that's what it looks like. And on the inverse, on the incoming tide, water is gonna be coming from offshore towards the island like this, and it's gonna hit the island and blow around this way. The same exact concept is gonna apply if you're fishing like an underwater reef or a rock. The only difference is when the tide hits it, it's not gonna go around it, it's gonna go right over the top and then drop off the end. So fish are gonna position themselves on the bottom edge of whatever side the current's pushing against. So say we have this reef or rock pile that we wanna fish. If the current's coming this way, pushing water in, it's gonna come like this, come over the top of the reef and then dump bait out here. So what fish are gonna do is they're gonna stack up like this on the back side of the current so that they're not getting pushed too hard by the current, but all the food is blowing this way and then coming right over the top of the rocks into their mouth. A lot of skills in fishing get rendered useless if you just find an area with some good current, and fish honestly become pretty dumb. If you're fishing the salt and it's high or low tide, you can pretty much assume that there's not really gonna be any current, but those two time blocks where the current's incoming and the current's outgoing are gonna be your peak areas. If you're fishing freshwater, you're gonna wanna look for things like wind-blown points, waterfalls, inlets, streams, runoffs, anything like that. It's the same thing with the wind. If you're going down a bank and you're freshwater fishing and a point sticks way out, the wind is gonna hit the point and go around it, and it's gonna push around that corner, and stuff is gonna stack up around that corner. So next time you're on the water, look for water movement, current, wind, and pay attention to which direction it's going, and always remember to think, how comfortable would a fish be sitting in this area?